Well, hello, folks. It is I, Rex Brexit here, and welcome to another episode of my show. It is lovely to have you here. Tonight on Finding the Finders, once again, we have more fighters here to chat with us and get to know them a little bit better. So, I'm very excited for that. Stay tuned. And let's get into our little show. Well, hello, folks. Welcome to the show. So, we do have a first guest here with us today, but unfortunately couldn't be here in person, so they're doing a phone-in style. So, yeah, let's get them on the line. Hello, Tony, can you hear me? Oh, yes, hello, Rex. It is lovely to be here. Sorry I couldn't be there in person, but I am very excited to at least have the opportunity to chat with you on your show. I've watched a lot of the episodes. It was really good to see a lot of my fellow fighters join in and, get the chance to speak. So I'm excited to have the opportunity to be here myself. All right then. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to actually do this with us today, and please introduce yourselves to the rest of the audience for those that don't know you. Yes, hello. My name is Tony Black. I am one of the fighters of Fight Finder on the roster, part of the top 10, and I'm also one of the officials that are, part of the whole staff team and all that, so that's pretty cool. Oh, wow, staff team. That's just really quite interesting. We actually had one last time, I Gormunder on the show. Yes, I do remember that. That was really fun to see, getting to know him a bit more. I don't really get much chance to talk to the other staff members, so it's good to see them on the show and have them come on here. Mm-hmm. Right. And you mentioned you're part of the top 10. Is that right? Oh, yes, I'm currently ranked number 5 in the rankings. But of course, with the changes proposed by Gormunder, it is career rankings, as we are now moving more towards tournament style stuff to actually get the right wins with the badges. So we're still working on getting that prepared and ready. The first one should be sometime soon, so stay tuned for that, folks. And yeah. Well, I'm very excited for that to come to fruition and all that. But let's start with the round of questioning. So, why did you join Fight Finder in the first place? Oh well, Rex. I joined Fight Finder mainly to test my skills, see what I'm able to do, improve, and just learn different things. Yeah, I just wanting to get better as a combatant, and yeah, I used to be a pit fighter, but it's a long time ago, and I think a lot of my tactics have been lost with time. There's still the muscle memory, but a lot of people have proven that there's more to in the meets the eye. There are a lot of people more stronger than the ones I've faced before, and there's lots I need to work on. Oh, well, I see. That's very, very nice. And, what are your goals for Fight Finder? What, ambitions do you have? What aspirations do you have? Well, like anyone, I want to rise the ranks, but I also want to be able to be someone that can help others to train and become better. That's why I became a sponsor, as I'm wanting to help people in the lower levels improve more. Give them more training, give them tools and resources to improve and just bring out their potential. Really? Yes, I was doing. One of our others, what's his name? Oreo said something similar. So, are you kind of... Ah, yes, Oreo. She's actually my sponsor, and she helps me a lot, and I want to do the same for others. But it's been difficult to find people. If some people are either wary, unsure, some want to do their own thing, be individual. But A lot of trial and error, but you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Very true words, very true words. So, I'm curious, what separates you from, you know, the rest of the fighters? You know, what ensures you the victory? Well, I'm quite versatile in my abilities. I have, well, I use the same abilities, so, but you know, I have great sword skills. I move quick, and I have good defense. And being a cultivator, I mean, I am able to constantly be improving and gaining new skills. And the more fights I participate in, the stronger I get, because the more I'm able to feed. Feed? What do you mean by that? Oh, I have the ability to siphon and devour energy from others and make it my own. In a way, I can utilize what I take from others to create new abilities for myself and grow my own power. Really, that's actually interesting. And are people aware of that ability of yours? Actually, no, not many people are. It's something I tend to keep secret as like a trump card, and whatnot. So it's, but now it's out there, so you all know about it. But, you know, I don't really care. Well then, that is, quite something. And, do you have any fights that are most memorable for you? Like anything one that stands out from ones you've been in? Actually, yes. Had to be the fight with my first fight with Lazarus. That was very memorable. He took me to a gladiator arena, and I was fighting for my life. Like, he is powerful. Like, there is something about him that just really puts him up there. Like, if he actually put his mind to it, he could be one of the top fighters here. Like, I challenged him to a death match, and I tried to win. I tried to push myself, but in the end, I was ultimately defeated, and I lost that fight. And yeah, that was really eye-opening for me that there's lots I need to improve. I need to get stronger and improve. I see, I see. So that was a big eye-opener for you in the, you know, the caliber 500 gives with all their fighters and how you measure up. Yes, of course, that is exactly what I mean, and I do. And because of that experience, I really push myself to train more and harder and to really just improve a lot of my skills. I see, I see. That is quite wonderful. So, hmm, do you have like, okay, which fighter that is in 5 as a role model? Ones that are people you can like strive to be. Actually, I wanna, that's a hard question. But looking at the rosters and seeing what I've experienced, I want to say that Juno is a very good one. Juno has always been someone that is very sportsmanlike, always upbeat, and is just has a real showmanship with their fights. You know, they are flashy, they got their own pyrotechnics, but they're very humble and like with people. Like, yeah, she doesn't get many chances to show up, but when she does, it's really a spectacle, and I feel like she is someone that will be a very good role model for others and one to aspire to be like. I see, I see. Yeah, Juno has come up before in our chats and whatnot, so it's good to hear that she is getting some recognition from some other people as well. But do you have any rivals right now as of yet? Actually, no. I actually don't think I have a rival per se yet, but who knows? With the fighters and the way things are moving forward, that might change. I mean, I guess Joe would be one, but I mean, Joe is pretty much everyone's rival. He's the top fighter. He's number one, and people want to just overcome him, surpass him, and just show him what's for. But I mean, people have done that. They beat him. He's been maybe beaten down, but he still gets back up. He has that tenacity. Like, there's nothing that has been able to truly keep him down, and I'm just curious to see if we would ever see that happen at any time. Yes, I've heard of his tenacity, and how he only gets back no matter how much he gets beat up, similar to Barmley. Ah, yes, Barmley, the loudmouth. Yes, basically he's all the bad aspects of Job personified, but we won't get into that. Oh my, those are some feisty words there. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care much, but let's move on. So, tell me, hmm, do you have any future plans for your sponsorships? Yes, actually, I do. With my sponsorships, I want to get more people sponsored. I want to train more fighters. I want to help fighters grow. With the way things are going and with the new, I guess, being made and hearing talks amongst the higher ups that sponsors will have a bigger role in a lot of things and will actually be more what's the word I'm looking for, more of a face of things. And who knows, but it might be sponsor battles that might happen where people would compete in with their fighters to, I'm not sure how they would go or what the prize is, but it'll be very interesting to see. And what are your hopes for the future of Fight Finder? Well, Rex, that's simple. I want to see Fight Finder continue to grow at the rate it is. I want to see people improve as combatants. I want more people to come in and see this wonderful community and of people, and just be able to learn and grow with everyone, and just like it's not just about like who's the strongest or who's the best. It's about the companionship, the camaraderie, just that way that you can just grow as people by clashing fists with one another and getting to understand them on a more deeper level. I see, I see. So, kind of like Gormunder with how he says that fists can talk. Yes, yes, very similar to that. So, yes, I'm very excited to see the future of Fight Finder and how things grow and what rivalries will come about in the near future. I'm already see that Job and Acurio are going to be doing it. We got Arrows and Barmley. Like, those are some good starting points, but I just want to see more that will just come out of that. Yes, yes. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Any closing words, any closing remarks, anyone you want to call out? Yes, of course. I just want to say, Rex, thank you for having me on your show. It was an honor to be here. Yeah. If you want to join Fight Fighter, go ahead and do it. I mean, if you're not sure about wanting to be a fighter, just come in as a spectator, watch the fights, watch people compete, see what it's like, and if it's something that you can feel like you can be a part of and accomplish, then I say go for it. Like, this is a wonderful experience, and it really helps many people to grow as combatants, really helps them to improve their skills and train their abilities in a more controlled environment. And it helps to also build relations with other people and, getting an idea of how each other fights, their strengths and weaknesses, and, you know, all of that. And if you ever, and there are chances that we might work together in missions with different groups or agencies, so it gives them a more deeper insight if you fought against them, what all they're able to do. And you can just have that synchronization with one another, and that's something that would be very helpful in any missions you guys are part of. As for callouts, there's someone I really want to call out personally. As of yet, I just want to continue to improve as a combatant, as a fighter. And hey, if it happens naturally that someone decides to want to, be my rival, then go for it. Or, something just happens during that time, then, yeah, then it happens. Alright then, well, thank you very much, Tony, for coming onto our show and taking the time out of your day to have a chat with me. Yes, you are very welcome, Rex. I do hope your show goes well. I've been watching a lot of your episodes, and I'm liking how well it is going. Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, I hope to see you improve as well and to watch you grow yourself as a fighter and as an official, just continuing to push things and, work on the improvements of Fight Finder and the way it is seen to the public eye. Alright, hello folks, welcome back to the show. We have a first guest here with us today. Looks like we have another one of, what did Red call his species, barons?
Yes, we're all barons, practically.
Oh, I see.
I'm one of the old ones, I guess you could say. My name's Sarah.
Ah. Well, it's lovely to meet you, but for those at home that maybe don't know you, the rest of our audience, would you please introduce yourself?
I am a Baron Abyssal Hybrid. There's not more other than this. I'm a recon technician named Sarah.
Oh.
I'm very bland.
Interesting. And, have you participated in any bouts in Fight Finder yet? Have you made a debut? Oh, you have.
I have fought a few times against a very, very strong gator. I've also attempted a mission for him.
Oh,
I tell you, it's really hard.
I see. And, are you... Well, I guess I can't really ask this question anymore since, from what I've heard from Mr. Gormunder, the whole ranking system got reset as of recent after his episode aired. So a lot of the people's wins have moved to career wins.
I see.
Yeah.
I've never actually read that. Did you ever put that down in your document?
Yes. Well, he did announce that on our show here, that he was resetting everyone's wins as Fight Finder's moving into a new territory.
Oh. I mean, that's something to look forward to.
Yes.
Gives me
I think many
one motive to
are
move.
excited for the changes to come. I know a lot of the staff team is, based on what I've heard from Gormunder. But I'm not too sure when these changes will go forward. Like, he's probably waiting on a few things, but that's besides the point. But yes. So, what made you want to join Fight Finder in the first place?
I was primarily going in with the intent of training Red, assisting him in getting better in fights.
Oh, really?
But I've noticed Fight Finder has exceedingly made him a more violent person. You've seen the damage, I'm sure.
Yes. And how do you feel about that, seeing his more violent side coming out through the fights he's been in?
Well, it's partially good. It does really match the description of his father. I feel like he's trying to follow footsteps he shouldn't necessarily be following. It's worrying for me.
I see. And what about for you yourself? Do you have any goals or ambitions that you want to accomplish through being a part of Fight Finder or anything like that?
The only goal I wanted right now was to see Red grow. But if attacking with side goals, I've already achieved it numerous times. To test my mettle, see how good I am in fights. Granted, I got laid down by a gator, and that has left me feeling quite scrambled for the few days.
Oh, yes. Actually, speaking of that, what sets you aside from the other fighters in the roster, given all the varying skills, abilities, and techniques? Like, what sets you apart from the rest? What gives you that extra edge in combat?
I am technical based, but most of my combat prowess comes from, aside from hacking, I have physical strength thanks to Baron and the numerous enhancements I've been given. I have decent reflex, but doesn't really change the outcome of most fights. I do also have the ability to... I guess if we were to shake hands right now, I could start burning your flesh immediately. I can move heat to pieces of my body on the spot.
Wow.
It's very helpful.
I see. So a lot of your Baron units seem to be built differently. I know from what Red told me, he's more of a power type, tends to be more hand-to-hand combat based, and you seem to be the more technological based, more tactical event.
I am a hybrid.
A hybrid.
I am a hybrid.
Oh.
Yes. I came from a race of things called abyssals. They were most likely confirmed to be cyborgs, people that were tested on or made into war machines, servants. And then, later on, I met Baron, transferred into a Baron unit.
Oh.
That allowed me to use my previous prowess as a pilot, a navigator, and a technician in transferring it over to a new skill set.
I see it.
So you're not entirely wrong.
Interesting. Wow, so the Barons are actually quite versatile in a lot of their models and what they're capable of doing.
If only you saw it in live action, I tell you. The few times that they melded metal, it was something to behold.
Yes, I do wish I could have seen such a thing. Sounds... It could be quite a spectacle to watch.
Red has done it numerous times. The one that knows how to do it on the spot, most likely if you ever want to wish to see it in person, it's Grumbo. He's quite big, but he's recently gone missing. I don't really know where he's been.
Oh.
Sadly.
Let's see. Well then. Well, let's hope that he is alright.
He's in the chat every now and then. I don't necessarily know what he's doing. No.
Well, at least we know that he's alive, just probably doing his own little thing.
Like how Red happens to be on these talk shows. It's something to behold.
Yes. But yes, So, you've been in probably a couple of fights. Are there any that you had that would be most memorable for you? Any ones that stand out?
It was during the time that I was assisting... I don't quite remember his name. I'm having a little bit of a fritz. It was the Gator. We assisted him in his little issue. He was hired on by Job.
Oh,
But during the...
Yes.
Yes! During that mission, we had to make a few deals. What made it memorable was a lot of the turns. Let's just say, I've never realized Brits had the ability to understand EMPs and hacking as well as they did until that day.
Yes.
And that they didn't get to live to use it.
Yes, we have yet to have Atticus on our show, but we've heard a bit about him from Joe when he was on.
He is a charmer, but he knows how to use his words really well.
I see.
He knows the right things to say in a situation. Even when dying. I could have sworn during that mission he was on the deathbed.
Oh, interesting. Actually, this might be a bit of a segue into our next question here, but, you've seen some of the fighters in Fight Finder. You've seen how they act, how they portray themselves. Are there any that you would consider a role model for others?
Aside from most, from what I've seen, from what I've witnessed in numerous different medias or live streams, I'd say that Eros fella has quite a way of carrying himself. Sure, he has a demeanor that not a lot of people enjoy, but he has a really good motive.
Huh.
He has the strength and the willingness to show others where they lack or others what they need to earn. There is also Vegeta, but Vegeta's something else entirely. They're more of the tough love type of teacher.
See. Yes, I heard a bit about Aerials from Joe. He had some choice words to say about him that I do not wish to repeat.
A lot of people don't really necessarily like him from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
From what I read in the chats that I've held within devices, different types of situations, he has a way of talking that makes people really want to engage, if you understand what I mean.
Yes.
A lot of the times he has a tone, even when typing. Not necessarily a pleasant display whenever people start losing their, well, losing themselves, whatever, in the presence of him. But I wouldn't blame them of doing so.
Of course. But of course, there is the other side to this coin, where there are role models and people we aspire to beat. There are those that we aspire to crush, to defeat, and to overcome. So, do you have a rival, or anyone that you would consider as a rival, as of this current moment?
Well, the person that I hoped, Atticus, is quite a humbling experience. He is somebody that I would like to defeat, but not crush. He is a very inspiring individual. That's somebody that I want to crush in a, I guess, not so direct way, in a teaching way.
I see.
Red. Somebody needs to set him on the right track again. From what I've seen, he's been too aggressive. Somebody that needs to be knocked down a peg or two.
I see. I mean, the aggressiveness seems to be helpful in most aspects of fighting, though, well, from what I've seen from a lot of the fighters that have that more aggressive attitude, they seem to fight to their best of their abilities. So, what's your
That is correct.
view on that?
Well, it works most of the time. From what I understand, a lot of people use their anger in a neutral way, a tactical way, which is good. They power it into the hits. Oh dear. I'll just keep... I know what I'm doing right now. But, that aside, there is also the other way, which is using it in a reckless abandon, entirely forgetting themselves and jumping into battle near immediately. It's not necessarily a good sight, but it is something distant fights. Granted, it makes them lose. I don't know if you've experienced it or seen it, but it's not necessarily something that is good, as many people would like to say it is.
I see. So you feel like that, even with the aggressiveness, there's some semblance of control that is needed.
Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying. Christ almighty, I don't know what happened.
No, it's alright. There are malfunctions that happen with things.
A lot of people don't really know how to use their anger the right way, and I fully believe that it needs to be melded and used to the best of its ability, not in blind rage or seeing red.
I see. So, more of an application and enhancement more than the sole drive.
Yes. Granted, that's easier to say than do. I come from a long line of soulless people, so anger doesn't necessarily get to the better of me.
Interesting. That's a bit of an interesting insight into a lot of things, because again, there are many different fighters with different attitudes, different ways that they fight, so it's interesting to see that maybe those that push with more aggression can also be a bit of a deterrent, as well as it can lead to mistakes or slip-ups that are easy to notice for others.
Yes. See, if you watch a lot of fights with these heavily aggressive people, you'll notice sometimes they tend to fumble their moves, or they move a little bit more urgently, which makes them miss a step, or leaves themselves open for a little bit too long.
I see. I see. Well, that is actually interesting. Never really thought of it that way. To be fair, I'm not much of a combatant myself, so I don't really pick up on those kind of things. But now that's something that people that is very prevalent. Maybe some fighters will actually look a little closer on the movements of their opponents, with the more aggressive types, see if there's any ways to counter some of their.
There is quite a bit of hiccups. If you look at how Red fights, or Marmalade, Job, a few of the ones that are very easily aggressive or up there. They try to stay as composed, but they tend to have very long wind-ups for attacks that leave them vulnerable for a few moments. The one that uses their anger to the best of their ability, however, is Job. I'll fully admit that.
And why do you think Job, of all people, uses their aggressiveness to the best of their abilities?
From all that I know, he just understands how to use it. I don't really know him necessarily too well, nor have I seen him too much, but from what I'm aware, there's a reason why he's at where he's at.
Let's see. So, do you have, say, any... Well, this is more of a personal question. A favorite fighter in Fight Finder, one that you would always root for, one that you kind of just, kind of have a bit of that fan mentality towards.
That's a bit of a strange question. It's a mixed bag, if you really ask me, anyway.
No?
From what I believe... Oh,
No.
you...
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Sorry about that. I have a little malfunction.
Don't worry, it's all good.
There we go. I'm starting to get Grumbo's problem. The one that I tend to root for a lot, in a lot of situations due to his nature. You've seen Grumbo before, right?
I've seen a few of his fights, yes.
He is somebody that is usually the underdog. He's somebody that I would always root for. Not even being biased.
I see. Yeah.
That's pretty much the only one, unless we're being hyper-biased. Then I'd begrudgingly say Red.
Of course. Hey, we all have our own bit of bias when it comes to our favorites sometimes. And that's why they are our favorites.
Apologies for having this fan. That seems like I need to fix a lot of my issues back whenever I return to base.
Well, of course. Well, we have gone through all my questions, so, do you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to promote? Anyone you want to call out personally?
That is a loaded question. If I was to have a closing remark, I would just say, do better. It sounds like a joke remark, but most of the fighters need to hear it.
Really?
You witnessed how a lot of them do. It seems like a lot of them are sore losers. So, necessarily the term do better, motivate yourself in a better way. That'd probably be something that I would say
Mm-hmm.
lightly.
See,
But if that is all, I suppose I should. Where's the
of course.
exit on the studio?
Yes, but,
That way or that way?
well, we exit through that way, but, but thank you very much for, coming on to my show, taking the time of your day to sit down here with me and, have a chat. It was, very nice getting to talk with you.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Of course.
I won't burn your hand.
Oh, I hope you don't. Well, I do hope to see you grow more, and I hope to see you do more fights.
The fights that I tend to lose. So, you know what? I hope you're ready to see that. The pleasure being on the show, even though malfunctions are really getting irritable.
Oh, don't worry, those happen. Sometimes, we'll do what we can to,
Right. Then I will be speaking with you later.
Of course. Well, folks, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I know I did. It was very nice to sit down and talk with all these amazing fighters and just getting to know them on a much deeper level. And, yeah. Well, up next, of course, we have Cooking with Firearms, so do stay tuned for that, and I will see you all next week. This is Rex Brexington, signing off.